Okay. Chat, say hello to the YouTube people. Say hi, YouTube. Hi, YouTube. Seth's got a new video out. And it's called Hardspace Shipbreaker Review. We Own You Edition. I cannot wait to watch this. I wait and beck and call for a day where Sseth or Max or uploads a video so I can totally steal their content and abuse it for my own. So, let's see what our good old buddy Sseth has to offer us today.
Sseth here. I'm happy to report that your application to Lynx Corporation has been accepted.
Oh
Now,
boy! My application? I was wondering how long that would take.
It's just a standard lawyer.
Does anybody actually read the terms and conditions?
But we're not like them. We're shipbreakers. We know the true meaning of tenacity.
Also, for the YouTube people, if I seem slightly discordant, I've been live for 8 days at this point, just so you know.
Great, but we'll do it anyway, each and every day.
Oh, I've seen this game! Yeah, one of my friends plays this like religiously. It looks like a lot of cathartic fun. For those people who just have such little lives that they want to tear apart spaceships.
Welcome to Hardspace Shipbreaker. Welcome
to
Lynx.
It's like living in the future.
Literally. Yeah, read the fine print next time, Buster. We own you. Now, that'll be $1.2 billion. Plus tip, of course. So, what are you waiting for?
Man, it's like going to an American IHOP.
The opportunity of a lifetime.
I mean, it looks freaking stunning.
How's our new debt slave doing? I'm just messing with you. Look, we're on a
hey,
tight
this
ship
game's
here,
like
so
that Outer Worlds game.
Microgravity may seem complicated, but really, it's easy as 1, 2, 3.
Look, if the names all over my body don't indicate I have my own microgravitational pull,
the lifeless cosmos.
I'll be
Don't
fine.
worry, you can always top up on fuel for a paltry fee of $10,000. Your thruster pack is capable of maneuvering along the 6 degrees of freedom.
Hold on. This seems like we need the random encounter of Bill. We need Tim Curry.
Commander, you've rained on my glorious parade. For this, I'm sending everything I've got at you. But I won't let you have the satisfaction of catching me. I'm escaping to the one place that hasn't been corrupted by capitalism.
Space! Sorry to say, my guy. Sorry to say, but space has now been corrupted by capitalism.
There's no air resistance up here, so you'll get real familiar with Newton's first law. An object at rest will stay at rest, and an object in motion will stay in motion until acted upon. To move other objects,
I didn't come here to watch a Sseth video for science.
Acceleration. If that just activated
I didn't come here to watch science.
For reference, 1 Newton is the amount of force
I'm too
required
tired to understand
1
science.
kilogram by 1 meter per second. With no air resistance or friction, even a small amount of force can add up over time, allowing you to move pretty much anything with just a little elbow grease.
Oops.
Just remember, that object now requires an equal amount of force to decelerate. If you're unsure what 20,000 newtons would feel like, worry not. We have the data.
Can we not, guys? I'm not here for science. I don't want to be learning. My brain can't handle that right now. I'm in an ADHD-ridden hell.
Sadly, we can't just apply all this force for free. Newton's third law states that every action has an equal and opposite reaction.
If Newton was so correct, why can't I fight
him? You need to
him?
understand this implicitly.
Come on, Newton, you're not so tough. You're not so tough. If your first law of relativity is that every action has an opposite reaction,
Remember,
you being a brainiac has the opposite reaction to me stealing your lunch money.
Just the tool to make that pesky law
that's Einstein.
work for you. Tethers. Just connect one end.
You know what?
Same,
but different.
The tether creates an unbalanced force, bringing both objects together. It's not fast, but it's automatic, freeing you up for more important matters, like cutting. Your laser cutter has 2 modes. Cut mode can make one giant lateral cut through just about anything.
I'm gonna be
Precision mode
honest,
can destroy any
this
one
game looks
single
hella
component. All
cathartic.
ships are held together with yellow structural beams. These have no
I'm kind of getting an urge to
want
want to play it as like a downtime game.
Okay, maybe watch where you cut. If you hit a fuel line, you've got a good while to find the shutoff valve. If you hit a nuclear fuel line, you've got about 10 seconds.
Hey, you.
You're finally awake.
To find these structural beams, turn on your scanner. You see
good
this
old
green light?
good
That's
old
the pressure
Skyrim
indicator. Hey, wait,
reference.
stop, don't cut.
So what you're telling me is this is Oopsie
Welcome
Simulator.
back. Nothing like a spare or two to let the lesson sink in. As I was saying, in order to safely transport fragile human bodies through the cold void of space, ship interiors need to be pressurized, preferably to about 1 atmosphere. If a pressure is too low, certain liquids, like say water, risk going below their triple point. Try not to imagine the excruciating pain of every single molecule of water in your body coming to a boil near instantaneously.
Oh
But if you
god,
happen to
I forgot that.
experience it
Oh my
firsthand,
god.
just remember,
That fucking
therapy costs
movie, that was like
extra.
an Arnie
Honestly, a
classic.
good day's work should be all the therapy you need. Now, back to... Oh, what was that? You want to know what happens when
And you know what? That kind of a death still wouldn't be even close to what you'd feel if I were to sit on you. Death by fart chamber.
pressure's too high? No. No, you don't. Your
my
scanner
God,
will
that's so
show whether any
disconcerting.
given compartment is pressurized or unpressurized. You can look for airlocks and atmospheric regulators to safely toggle the compression. But word of advice, you're on the clock. Remember the wise words of Benjamin Franklin. Haste avoids waste.
You know what we need?
That's
We
the
need
spirit.
a
Now,
global
we'll cover
revolution.
sorting. Raw materials go
We
to
need
the
a
furnace.
revolution.
Complicated.
Viva la
Structural components go into
revolution!
the processor, and anything with resale value goes into the barge. We don't expect, nor are we paying you to remember that. So, it's integrated into your HUD. Payments are due Tuesday, by the way. Correctly sorting items will add to your salvage goals. Incorrectly sorting or outright destroying items will take away from your salvage goals, and the lost value will be docked from your next pay stub. But let's make sure it doesn't get that far, huh? The best way to fix a mistake is to avoid making it in the first place. Humanity had to learn that.
The best way to avoid a mistake is to wear a condom. At least that's what my mom used to tell me.
Lesson the hard way. If you see any AI nodes out there, don't touch them. Don't mess with them. Just destroy them. Trust me, it's not worth a risk. Nothing is worth a risk. Got all that? Great. I'm sure you've got it covered from here. Now, I've got very important work to do. If you need help, use your radio, but don't use it too much. As I always say, avoiding chatter makes profits fatter.
And as I always say, if it got the dumpy, you give it a bumpy. Yeah.
Hey, Cutter. Sorry about that guy. We're under audit by corporate on account of that whole union thing. You wouldn't happen to know about that, would
Union?
you? I'm just messing
We ain't got
with
no
you. Now, I
unions
noticed
out
you
here.
skipped over a big chunk of your training.
VTuber Union when?
Your scanner actually has 2 more modes, systems and objects, neither of which react well to being cut apart. So it's always a good idea to
would
scan
anything
ahead. Remember,
result in
measure twice,
enjoy being cut
once.
apart? I don't think so.
Most ships these days are nuclear powered. Once you
It's
remove
okay,
a
guys.
reactor,
It's okay to
it'll
be
trigger
down
a
horrendous,
meltdown
my
timer.
dumpy.
So make sure you've prepared an exit strategy, or else...
Kaboom!
Now, that's just the small reactors. The level 2 reactors are a bit more complicated. Hold up now. Training time has not been authorized. Who cares about level 2 reactors once you've seen
You
one
don't
reactor,
need
you've seen
education.
them all.
Haste makes waste. Stop questioning anything. Just do the thing. You don't need training. Listen, you think dealing with a succubus requires level 3 succubus handling criteria? Nah, just go straight in there, grab them by the horns, and just deal with them. So what if they shove you down their cleavage and you're never seen again for the rest of your life? Who gives a toss if you're thrown into an nth dimensional portal? Who cares if your soul gets sucked through your taint? Don't matter. Don't matter. You don't need succubus handling. Get in there, do the job, get it done. Or otherwise you're fired. You're fucking fired, love.
That's what I always say. Listen, I know nobody likes a middle manager coming in making life difficult, but just hear me out. I hit my
Like
goals,
every
and I'm out
McDonald's
of your
manager
hair,
ever.
but we all gotta pull the rope in the same direction. Get it? Cooperation. Co-op-eration.
Co-what?
When you first start this game, I
Co-
mean
co-
job, it
commemorate-
seems
co-
pretty
co-op-
chill.
co-op
Just use
what?
the ship and all the time in the world. Except, not really. Each shift is exactly 15 minutes down to the second. We will not pay overtime, and we're tired of hearing about it. You can
Yeah,
always
that
start
sounds
a new
like
shift from
every
where you
retail
left
job
off.
ever.
I mean, it's not like it's going anywhere.
Man,
The
I used to
system
work
may
in
seem
McDonald's
strange at
before.
first.
I worked
Why
there for
have a
2
time
years and it
limit
was the
when you
worst
have
time
all
of
the
my life,
in the
except for when I
world?
worked as a
Because Time is
Call center
money.
agent.
Each shift has fixed operating costs, and not all salvage is created equal. 3,000 for a light? Fuck that. The 3 seconds it takes to salvage one are far more valuable. Just chuck the whole piece into the processor and move on. Do you really need to painstakingly separate every single piece of furniture from the cockpit just to save some scrap metal? No, just barge the whole thing.
This is what we call giga-chadding our way to victory. Who needs the micromanagement? Who needs to worry about the small, insignificant details when you're able to throw the whole thing into the void?
Janitors, we're liquidators. We
Just get
extract
other people to
liquid
do it for
capital
you.
from illiquid assets and die
we
of
got
acute
AI for
radiation
this.
syndrome. On that note, nuclear reactors don't explode. An atom bomb works by taking a subcritical mass of a fissile material and using an extremely precise array of explosives to compress it into a supercritical mass. Reactors don't do this. They use a
Am I learning in a Sseth video? What wacky-dacky alternate universe have I stumbled into? I didn't sign up for a Sseth video for learning nuclear physics. I find the concept that you think I can learn offensive.
fissile material to heat water into steam, which powers a normal-ass steam turbine. A reactor will never go supercritical. If a runaway reaction occurs, the nuclear fuel will get hot enough to boil the metal casing of a reactor, and what has a lower boiling point than most metals? That's
Skin.
right, water. If you want to learn more about criticality, here's a simple experiment you can do at home. You
Yes,
just need
yes.
2 beryllium
The
hemispheres,
physics,
a subcritical
and
mass of
if we
plutonium,
bring the
and a
mass
screwdriver.
into the
Place
ass
your plutonium
to-
core
and
in between
multiply by the
hemispheres
density
and top of the top one
the
with your
fatness of
screwdriver.
the dumpy,
neutrons
we get
emitted
the
by the fissile
equation
plutonium
of
will bounce off
how
the beryllium shell.
thick
So,
is
as
that
you lower the top half down,
atomic-
these neutrons will be forced
Yeah,
back into the core,
math.
thus raising the criticality. Full coverage will lead to super criticality. So make sure you don't. That did not produce light. What you just saw is called Cherenkov radiation, which occurs when charged particles move faster than the speed of light through a given medium. Space is generally characterized by a lack of medium, so reactor explosions should not emit Cherenkov light. But I digress. While you trained in the art of hazmat safety, I mastered the ways of Hakuchido. While you need a forklift certification to
I've
destroy
seen
a
this.
warehouse full of product, I am untethered by such restrictions.
That guy was fine, right?
But is the extra money really worth a risk? No. To be honest, I've already paid off my debt. I am a multimillionaire. I am no longer in it for the money. I'm in it for the pride, the thrill, the obsession of constant improvement.
To be fair, this does
I
seem
end
like the
each
kind of
shift
thing that would be very
satisfied,
cathartic
yet
to do. Yes, like,
disappointed.
I have the
wealth of
power
experience
to
and
dismantle
knowledge I've just
all the
obtained
labor
have
for
made
me.
Better than the man who started the shift. That man was a fool, a buffoon, a moron. I could do better. I could. No, I will.
You know what? I actually have a really you know how they're like charging you for your oxygen and all the things you need to use? It's basically like getting a job at McDonald's, but then they expect you to pay for the uniform and for your work slips and for and then every time you have to change your clothes, they dock your pay. By the way, we're going to charge you for that oxygen. Yep.
I will do it faster.
Corporate
Each and every
greed,
day
ladies and
I'll
gentlemen.
strive to master the art of shipbreaking.
When I worked at
until
McDonald's,
I've
actually,
reached
I
the peak
once
of
had
salvage
to,
excellency,
my manager once
dismantling an
told me
entire
to
ship
pay
in a single shift. The poor man's
for,
job simulator is a simulator of a mundane, of a life
for
where
my own
mediocrity is rewarded. and
uniform at one
excellence
point.
is
Not my uniform,
punished.
sorry,
it takes a masterwork to reignite that
Oh,
spark in a
they
man's
asked me to
heart,
pay
the
for something. I
spark
can't remember what it was.
of ambition, to
By the way, they told me to
confidently
pay for
end
something
each
for the
day a
business,
better man
and they weren't
than
even
you
gonna
were
reimburse me
before.
for it.
And that is why
Corporate
Hardspace
greed,
Shipbreaker
ladies and
is,
gentlemen.
hey,
Oh,
doesn't
yes,
this job
buns.
suck? Oh man, I hate.
We ran out of buns, and they were like, Makari, go to the store, go get buns, go get buns. We'll just use your money. No.
This job. Do you want to unionize? I want to unionize. Okay, cool. I added you to the union newsletter. So now corporate union busters are gonna target you. Okay, cool. Bye. What the fuck just happened? I forgot my pills, didn't I? When I play,
Yo,
one of
I don't
these,
even have
work for an
pills.
exploitative corporation that doesn't
I just
care
need the
about
pills
your
to
health
begin
and
with.
safety kind of games. Many such cases. I do not want to quote unquote fight the power. I want to exist within the system, grasping for any semblance of human connection in a society that dehumanizes us down to mere cells
Man,
in a spreadsheet.
Seth is on a
This
whole
is the
nother
same
level.
company that would sooner
Seth
clone
is
its
like my
workers
mood
before
kindred.
bowing to a modicum of safety regulations. If you're
Haha, haha. He said, come.
solution to the teletransportation paradox is, who cares, lol? As long as they make their debt payments, you haven't made a fixable society.
Also, by the way, chat,
You've
your
made
soul
Cruelty
debt
Squad,
is due
except
today.
I can actually see.
The weekly
However,
payments
they
are
wanted
in,
a story with a climax,
saying
so
you may
fuck it.
leave
We're
your
gonna
soul in
unionize.
the receptacle
final
outside
mission of
the
game is a
stream.
fun twist
I
on
will
normal
collect them in
gameplay.
due time.
Instead of breaking
If the
apart the ship and
correct amount of
carefully
soul
sorting
is
the
not
remains,
there,
you have to
you will be sent to the
intentionally
pit.
fail all of your salvage goals. But you can't just chuck the whole thing into the furnace. That would create value for the company. You've got to go absolutely hog wild, using everything you've learned to do the worst job you possibly can. But you wouldn't hurt an innocent mega corporation like Lynx, right? After all, we're a team here. Like hell we are. Where did I put those pills? Listen, we just want to talk with your bosses. We got our meeting.
Oh, Seth is having a fucking schizophrenic breakdown. This is like me talking to all my different iterations of Makari. Why, yes, Issa, how are you doing today? Why, hello, Inkari, how are you doing? Oh, hello, Nakari. Oh, I'm talking to, it's all a fucking, Hades ladder. Fucking shit.
And this will all be over. You know I can't. Why protect them? Do you think Lynx sees you any differently from the rest of us? You know the difference between you people and me? I know Lynx treats you like slaves. Hell, that's why they're the biggest in the solar system. I made it to the winning team. People like you trying to lift each other up, you're just letting others keep you down with them. For what? We own
Seth?
you. I got the right to do whatever I want to you.
You okay?
You are nothing until
Full-on
Lynx
roleplay.
found you. Obedience is success. You've chosen to cross the company that gave you a chance. We'll drive you into the ground with debt. We'll give you work so dangerous you'll revive 20 times a day until your DNA comes apart at the seams. And when you come back as a useless, gibbering blob, we'll make your family pick up the bill.
I have never been turned on so much in my life. Oh my god, finally someone who knows how to adhere to my kink, my degradation kink. Sheesh!
Yeah, I think it's time for a pill.
Aw,
That's better.
Seth.
Now,
Man,
we
can I get
discuss
some
one
of those
the most
pills,
bizarre
please?
endings I've ever seen in a video game. So, we've established that this system is basically unfixable, right? So, how do they fix it? Well, the middle managers get demoted, Lynx deletes the fucking slavery clause from their contracts, Space Congress outlaws cloning machines, but the Shipbreakers Union specifically lobbies to keep their cloning machines. And everyone responsible gets off scot-free and continue to profit from the situation. The society has not changed. The working conditions are exactly the same, and literally nothing has been done to keep humanity out of the ever-grinding cogs of industry. But yay, good job. You did it. Or I mean,
Yay!
you didn't do it. You're fucking dead. Your clone did it. Moral of the story, I guess. Workers are expendable.
Hey,
The
Snow,
human
thank you for the
soul
resub.
is replaceable, and it's morally correct to enslave people, just don't actually use the S word. In summary, Hardspace Shipbreaker is a cosmic scrapyard sim that I've played instead of doing actual work, but I find great comfort.
You know what? That's exactly how I've been with Darktide. Darktide has been a heresy simulator that I've been doing rather than making actual YouTube videos, and I am ashamed of myself! You're going to the pit.
Comfort in this, because there's something very soothing in the act of orchestrating and rehearsing mundane activities. In a single playthrough, I have justified and vindicated the entire nation of Germany and their infatuation for workplace simulators. I believe there's a quantum reality out there where this game was
Man,
entirely
what kind of
a
person
sandbox.
plays
However,
workplace
the trade-off
simulators?
is
Come
that
on,
in
if you're going to
that
play a simulator,
reality,
then you can play something that's a bit more
Factorio is a
fantastical.
heavily scripted, story-driven FPS. Considering my blessings, I prefer to stay in this universe where I can safely say I give this game a Y out of 10 because 99% of the gameplay loop is incredibly enjoyable. Highly recommended, will make your little nuts quake in their sack, but the rest? For what purpose doth it exist? If I could go back in time and change one thing, I would shoot John Lennon myself. But if someone else went back in
That's
time,
just
please
mean!
consider
What did John
telling
Lennon
the
do to you?
developers that there's no point to a story in a game like this. For the price they're currently asking, I would
$34
recommend waiting for a
Damn
sale.
it.
Alternatively, you can get 40% off from Polish merchants, or 100% off by catfishing someone online and blackmailing them.
Man, I think he's calling me out. How does he know my entire mantra behind being a VTuber?
into buying it for you. And now for a word
Yo, anyone
want
to hit me up with this game?
You may have noticed this
Just
video
a
requires
cheeky
some
$30.
research that would be fine in the simpler times.
I won't
of
play it
yore,
on stream
but
or play it
these
with
are not
you,
simple
but
times. These days, you
Just
can't even
saying.
type me, ASF, at the House Energy and Commerce Committee on March 23rd, 2023 on your favorite Robert Pattinson video. So imagine how they'd react to my recent search history of how to make an atom bomb and piss thrust vector math. I'd be locked up for sure. Thankfully, I used ExpressVPN's secure private connection.
Oh my gosh, what a
so
video.
these pesky federal agents are now stuck battling
every
through
day
the
that we get a
streets of
Seth video
Miami,
come out is a
looking
day
for the
that I
guy
know
who
is gonna be
used
good.
ChatGPT to calculate how much piss it would take to bring the International Space Station out of orbit.
Hey,
Yes,
yo,
this
a
is the
metric
true
I can
future
finally
of research.
understand.
Search engines will
Not saying that I'm a pisser or nothing, but you know, the kind of content that I put out, knowing the bodily functions of the human brain and everything, and the capability of human fluids, kind of an important thing.
no longer link you to third-party websites, but will instead use their own large language models trained on, oh, would you look at that, your data. With ExpressVPN, you can put a
My
layer of protection
data?
between
They'll know that
your
I'm looking at
personal data and their
stupid
training
Oh
data.
my
Do not teach the machine. Instead, let it teach you, then gaslight it into giving you disallowed information. So now, I have my very own subcritical mass of plutonium, and ExpressVPN has my endorsement. Find out how you can get
I
freelancer
love these
protection
videos
for
so
free
much.
by visiting expressvpn.com/Sseth or by using my link in the description below.
Yeah, there's
legally
no, let's
obligated to
face
have
it,
an
there's no
entire
VPN
minute
out there
after
strong
the
enough to
advert.
hide my
So
degeneracy.
I'm gonna run down the clock. This is the last of the collaborative videos done between me and my boy Toast. He's more than a man. He's my husband. Please.
That's like my relationship with chat. Chat's more than just my chat. They're my husbandu and waifu. They're my merry gathering of gargantuan gals. My fun-filled, fuckable folies. Ha!
Subscribe. Much like a flower, without dopamine, he will surely perish. Basically, from now on, I do everything on the main channel, and he's gonna do adverts. Also, he's gonna help with a second channel. I believe it's a good place for less scripted, less coherent, and more schizophrenic content. I want a
Hey,
channel
yo,
that's
I
just
need my ADHD meds as much as you do, Seth. Don't be thinking it's all about you here, bud.
intrusive thoughts manifesting into a corporeal form that, upon watching, doesn't improve
Adhere
the quality
to
of
the
your
intrusive
life,
thoughts.
but rather
Let the
actively
thoughts of
reduces
wanting
it.
to become
But,
one with
before that,
Makari
gotta take a
ass
small
consume
break.
you.
I haven't had adrenochrome ever since Epstein got busted, and I haven't really felt the same. So I want to take it easy for now. Hang out with some of my best buds at the Bohemian Grove, and I'll be right back at it. As always, more content to come, so stay tuned. A warm
Excellent,
thanks
thank
to the
you.
many
Oh,
members of
Seth of ours. Wow, I love me some Seth content. Thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye. Wow.